So let's get right into it, right? So the main message here today is execution matters more than perfect conditions. Most businesses don't fail from starting, too early. They fail from never starting at all. So number one is perfection is procrastination. Waiting for, things to come together is just a form of fear, right? You're thinking outside, you're not thinking outside the box. You're thinking what people have told you is going to work and, what you know to work. And that typically doesn't help you actually build a business. You can't learn without moving. You need experience. My entrepreneur teacher, my first day in business class told me, I'm sorry that all y'all are in this class because the best business teacher is going to be your experience. And that was absolutely true to this day. The next thing is imperfect action beats endless, effort. So it takes a lot of consistency. It takes a lot of time. And it takes a lot of patience and discipline. The main thing is that, you gotta stop overthinking the whole process. You gotta stop overthinking how to do things. Just do the proper research, put a solid plan together, and execute. Um, that builds the best confidence is when you know because you're executing the right way. The next thing is fear of public failure. You're gonna fail. It's okay. It's okay to fail because failure is going to teach you how to do things the right way. And once you know how to do things the right way, it's going to put you right back on top. Because at the end of the day, when you really think about it, most of these artists that you hear nowadays are just examples of that. People that, make music, people that are actors, people that, might even play basketball or any other sport that you know of. They failed in public, eye. Then all of a sudden, a few of them end up winning championships or winning awards or winning, in that same public eye. It's just a process. It's a patience. And those people that actually end up winning learn from their mistakes. It's called analysis paralysis. You're, analyzing what you're doing wrong and making it, right. The next thing is learning through experience. Uh, the real thing is real business education comes from your execution. And like I just said, your experience is your best teacher. Mistakes teach faster than, theory, and clarity develops during execution. So your vision gets brighter, your movements get tighter, you become way more efficient when you are actually executing instead of focusing in on perfection. And it's just pivotal to make sure you actually move with the thought process of results instead of making it look like um, the perfect art piece. It's going to look like the perfect art piece eventually as you keep chipping away at, the uncut pieces of the diamond. That's how life works. Number 3 is build while being uncomfortable. And this is the problem that a lot of people have because a lot of people can't even be by themselves. See, confidence is built when entrepreneurship requires, a certain level of uncertainty of tolerance. And then growth starts to, come from that pressure because you start to learn from your mistakes. You start to, learn from the things that you are doing right. And then you mix in that perfect melting pot of doing things the perfect right way. You got to take risks because once you take risks, it's called trying something new. So you're going to see what your audience likes, what your audience dislikes, and from those results, you start to create the perfect mixing pot of content and products for your audience. You got to be fearless of judgment because at the end of the day, who the fuck really cares, bro? You creating something and you gotta take your emotions out of that shit. You gotta actually care about what you're doing instead of caring about what people are saying. The next thing and last thing is moving before you're ready. A lot of times you're never going to be ready. Today I wasn't even ready to fucking make this podcast, but I'm making it and it's fucking good. So be ready to be not ready and keep moving and make that shit happen and be fucking Superman and Batman or wherever the fucking favorite superhero is to the people that love what you're doing and keep doing it. And don't worry about what people are going to say because eventually you're going to get the validation that you've been, waiting for, but it just may not come tomorrow. So keep visualizing your purpose and I'm out.
Thank you guys for watching another episode of A Lott of Fashion. We appreciate you guys for liking and subscribing and also staying tuned through the whole episode. Make sure that you take these business gems and start visualizing your purpose. I am out.